indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Yes, Mayor, a quorum is present for the City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, Finance Authority, Parking Authority, and Joint Powers Authority.
And now, for anyone that wants to have comments for the open session, dial 888-251-2949 or 215-861-0694. And then use the specific access code for today, February 14th, 842-1438 pound, wait 3 seconds, and press pound again. Operator, are there any callers?
We have one caller. Caller, go ahead.
This is a business-friendly city. Can we please make it a resident-friendly city where I'm paying for resources and services that I'm not getting and can't access? And regarding number 4, I'm not sure that they should even exist because they refuse to discuss or get rid of the bad actors in the Office of Emergency Services and the Inglewood Police Department who are willfully causing harm, and it's just atrocious. And regarding the finance thing, Sharon Kawike is there today. She can't even return phone calls, emails, set meetings, or give information, and she hangs up rudely. This is just atrocious, all the things that are going on in this city. It's just too much. Can we please have some good customer service by all employees, not just the few?
Thank you, ma'am. Are there any other callers, operator?
There are no other callers.
Close that. Go to the library. Are there any comments on the open agenda?
No speakers, Mayor.
No comments. Close public comment. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Move along payment.
Second. Madam City Clerk.
Council members, Successor Agency members, and Housing Authority members, Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Buds.
Aye. PH1.
Public hearing to consider adoption of a resolution approving the 2021 through 2029 Housing Element Update General Plan Amendment to 2023-001 for the sixth cycle housing element and authorizing the Economic and Community Development Director to approve minor changes to the 2021 through 2029 housing element as may be necessary to obtain certification from the California Department of Housing and Community Development.
Continue the public hearing to the meeting of February 28th, 2023 at 2 p.m. Consent calendar. Items 2 through 6.
Through 8. Mayor, if you'd like to correct through 8.
Oh, excuse me. Consent calendar items 2 through 8.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. DR1.
Staff report recommending that the mayor and council members adopt a resolution directing the commencement of proceedings in the furtherance of the financing of the renovation and seismic retrofit of the Inglewood Main Library, retaining and limiting fees on consultants in connection therewith, and approving official actions.
Move 1 and 2.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. DR2.
Staff report recommending that the mayor and council members adopt a resolution expressing official intent regarding certain capital expenditures for the Inglewood Main Library to be reimbursed with proceeds of tax exempt bond
Move
obligation.
approval.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. SPH 1.
Staff report recommending that the mayor and council members introduce an ordinance amending the Inglewood Municipal Code by adding Chapter 2-168.1 to Chapter 2 pursuant to approve Inglewood Police Department Policy 709, military equipment, providing guidelines for the approval, acquisition, and reporting requirements of military equipment.
Move 1.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
I move 2
And 3, right?
and 3.
Second.
Well, Mayor, you just going to introduce? You want?
I just wanted to introduce and
Yes,
then I'll
sir.
set the public hearing.
Yes, sir.
So move to,
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye, set the public hearing for February 28th, 2023 at 2 p.m. A1,
Thank you, Mayor. We had 5 closed session items. As to that, all council members were present, including the mayor. As to CS1, which is Gomez, Flynn, and the City of Los Angeles versus City of Inglewood. As to that, a status of the matter was provided to the City Council and direction given to staff. As to CS2, the request for settlement authority as to the claim of Reginald Blaylock.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
There's also a claim, the next item is CS3, which is the workers' compensation claim of Paul Devlin. There's also a request for settlement authority in that matter.
So moved. Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
CS4 is the workers' compensation claim of Salman Nazir. There's a request for settlement authority as to that matter.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
And the last matter on closed session was the workers' compensation claim of David Villamil. As to that, there's also a request for settlement authority in that matter.
Moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
Mayor, and as to A2, there's no reports from the city attorney's office.
Thank you, sir. CM1.
No oral reports from the city manager's office.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. CC1.
Yes, Mayor, thank you so much. Wanted to first wish our Councilwoman Falk a happy birthday.
you.
She
Thank
turned another
you.
great year yesterday, so wanted to publicly say happy
Thank you.
birthday to you and hope you had a
Appreciate
great
that.
day
Wait a minute, so your
yesterday.
birthday's on Valentine's Day?
The day before, yesterday.
It's,
So she
it's
got
actually on the
double.
11th.
Oh, the 11th.
The 11th, yeah. But thank you so much.
Welcome. You're
Okay.
welcome. I knew it was one of those days. I
Yep.
had it written down.
February.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Okay. Also, I would like to remind our residents about the King Day Festival happening this weekend here on Market Street. I would like to encourage everyone to stop by all the booths, but the County Registrar Recorder's Office will be out there. So if you have any questions in regards to anything pertaining to your voting needs, they'll be out there to assist that. And then lastly, love recognizes no barrier. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, and penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. Maya Angelou. Thank you, Mayor. That concludes my remarks.
Thank you. The successor agency is in session. CSA 2.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting held on December 20th, 2022 and January 10th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Successor agency members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Adjourn the successor agency, the Housing Authority in session. H2.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting held on December 20th, 2022 and January 10th, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Housing Authority members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Adjourn the Housing Authority. Finance Authority is in session. F1.
Approval of the minutes of the meetings held on December 20th, 2022 and January 10th, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Finance Authority members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Adjourn the Finance Authority. The Parking Authority is in session. P1.
Approval of the minutes of the meetings held on December 20th, 2022 and January 10th, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna take that back. Parking Authority members, Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. The Parking Authority is adjourned. The JPA is in session. JPA 1.
Approval of the minutes of the meetings held on December 20th, 2022 and January 10th, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Joint Powers Authority members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Well, during the JPA, there are no appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Public comment. Persons wishing to comment on any matter within your city business not elsewhere considered may do so at this time. You have 1 minute. Operator, are there any callers?
Callers, if you wish to make a comment, please press #2 on your keypad and your line will be unmuted. We have one caller in the queue.
Caller, go ahead.
This is a business-friendly city. Please make it a resident-friendly city. I've been paying for resources and services that I'm not getting and can't access. Businesses are getting tax breaks, which we have to pay for in multiple ways. Although I've been campaigning steadily for 14 years to get the sidewalks, streets, curbs, and fixed and the dead and diseased trees to be removed, they're now only doing small sections. There's ADA violations. It makes no sense. And they seem to be very purposely avoiding fixing mine. Please, folks, note where the streets and the sidewalks have been fixed and who lives there. The city's liabilities, we're going to have to pay for them. Things that are not fixed because they're saying of budgeting, I know I've been assessed for the last 14 years. Where has our money been going? I'm told to talk to the vendors, and then I'm harassed and retaliated against. There's the repeated parking construction violators are not cited. Butts, Padilla, Quinones, Fields, Atwell, Cortez, Koike, and others are not returning their phone calls, emails, and or setting meetings. So it seems as though it's just another campaign to silence me and other cities, not respond to what they need to respond and do their jobs. And we are paying for their salaries.
Thank you.
Please, do better.
Operator, are there any other callers?
We have one other caller. Caller, go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling in regards again to about the CDBG programs, which is an attendant-based rental assistance waiting list for the seniors in debt, and the homeless tender-based rental program. You have not serviced those when the money came in from the federal government, and now you're closing those programs. The last two programs in this CDBG, you closed the COVID-19 a rental relief back in 2021, March 21. So what is going on with closing these programs? You didn't notify anyone on the waiting list, because I'm on the waiting list. I wasn't notified. You just slip and just close these programs without even taking care of them, without funding them. Only $210,000 was given to housing. And by the way, seniors that have homes that rent, they also pay your salary too. They're taxpayers.
Thank you,
and we
ma'am.
should be treated the
That'll be
same
time.
way as the people that
Operator, next caller.
There are no more callers.
Okay, we'll go to the library. Are there any speakers in the library lecture hall?
Yes. Hi, my name is Kayla Valentine. I'm a community member, and I'd like to request a report of the financial and environmental benefits of the Inglewood Transit Connector. As far as I've seen, this will not actually help the community, but it will harm it.
You're gonna have to be a little closer to the mic, ma'am.
Businesses will be uprooted, and residents will lose their homes.
No, that's not true, ma'am. There are no residential properties slated to be acquired for this property.
Okay.
None. Zero.
Okay, so some time has been taking up from me, so I'd like to get at least 10 more seconds.
Well, what I'm making
I
clear
want
to you and the
also
people that
ask
you
that you
said there
guys
are no residential
reconsider
properties.
the businesses that will be losing money as to this relocation project. We all know that that's not going to actually happen. They will just be displaced. There has been no communication to community members about this, at least no accurate communication about the effects of what's going to be happening, and I feel that the city is not doing its part to protect its people. The social media post about loving the community is false because you're taking the time to displace them and not help them.
Okay, so again, to make it very clear, there are no residential properties. There have been numerous public opportunities to be informed. There have been numerous presentations at council. So this isn't, there's been newspaper articles, so this is not really something that we're going to debate right here. Ma'am, so what I'm saying is, it's not true that residential properties are going to be acquired. It's not true that there's been no communication to the public. Thank you very much, though. We appreciate your comments. Okay, it looks like there's no more public
Mayor,
comment.
we have one more caller.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Duran Bowie, the host that gives the most, and I am a major leader of this community. One thing that I'm saying is that Artie Fields, you look great today. You know what I'm saying? You're wearing a suit. You're looking etiquette. You're looking like you're prepared to advance our community. But look at how our people who we vote in are dressing. They're not coming in and taking this job serious by the way they're dressing and appearing to the public. That is one downfall that I see already. On top of that, there are three things that an infrastructure or community and it can tear them down. Lack of education. Our education is in receivership. Lack of information. There is no information circulating in our community, especially about what's going on in this agenda. And on top of that, we have lack of recreation. Our recreation and Parks and Recs have been shut down for over 2 years, you guys. I see people going to Rogers Park and getting detoured, but yet and still I see people having private basketball practice in Rogers Park and Darby Park. We need to change our infrastructure in our community so we have
Thank
a
you,
better
sir.
outlet.
Thank you, sir. Are there any other speakers?
No more speakers, man.
Thank you. With that, we'll go to council comments. Councilman Dotson, District 1.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The mayor and Councilman Eloy, we were able to attend the 60th anniversary for Marvin Engineering. It was a wonderful affair. And that company is one of the companies in Inglewood that hire a whole lot of people. I don't know if they're number one, but they sure have a lot of employees. And my hat's off to them for that. This is one shredding event, February 25th, from 9 to 12, ICOP Center, 2901 Manchester. Dixie One newsletter. If you'd like to keep up with the news in District 1, sign up for the newsletter. You can do that at gdotson@cityofinglewood.org. Now, hey guys, if you're out there, get a little close to the TV. I want to tell you something. Today is Valentine's Day. Don't go home without a card, flowers, or candy. Remember, Valentine's Day, don't forget. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Padilla, District 2.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, a couple of things. Just want to address some of the comments that people are making. So we had a person get on the phone saying that nobody ever calls her back. For years, she's been ignored. She lives in my district, on District Number 2, Miss Kraft. And, you know, so 2 weeks ago, I had my sister Ramon connect with her to find out what are her concerns and her issues. Spent well over a half hour on the phone talking with her to try to address some of her concerns. As you can imagine, it was all over the place. But we actually got back to her. But what is she doing today? She calls in and says, and even names Ramon Quinones as one of the persons that nobody's connected with her. So again, it just goes to show you, some folks, no matter what, haters are just gonna hate. And that's all that is. And then you go to a gentleman, and I know this young man, comes up here and says, nobody's dressing right up here, nobody's, and except for Mr. Fields.
Except for
Right?
Artie.
Right?
So that was Artie's
But
cousin.
I love it because he's really look, he's a good guy. You know, he does tutoring programs for our young kids. God bless him. He does a lot of good things. But then I say, wait a minute, brother. So you're gonna come up here to address the city council members in a T-shirt, wearing a baseball hat inside a building, wearing basketball shorts, you know? It's like, come on, man. What do they say? Those that live in a glass house, what? You know, so I'm like, come on, man. You know, so I just couldn't pass that up. But, and then the Inglewood Transit Connector. Gosh darn, man, we've been talking about that for how many years now?
5.
How many presentations have we done in the community? How many articles have been written in the local newspapers, posted on social media? I mean, that information is out there. Some people just want you to come to bring it right to their front doorstep and read it to them, right? And just kind of translate it to them, right? And they get up there and they try to talk like they're speaking with authority. And then when we try to correct them, they get upset give me my 20 seconds back. It's like, no, we're not going to let people talk nonsense to try to, make the public feel like, hey, man, see, Inglewood's not doing the right thing. They're just throwing businesses out to the wolves. That's not the case. We understand, all of us do, how important our businesses are up here in the city of Inglewood. We want them to succeed, every single one of them, right? And the city is also moving and progressing forward. So we do have folks reaching out to everyone that's being impacted by the Inglewood Transit Connector. All the businesses, we have folks reaching out to them, working with them to help them, right, as much as we can. So we are doing that. Some folks, no matter what, will never be satisfied, but that's unfortunate, but that's just the reality of life. But I just, I have to address those things, just because it just kind of disappoints me when people go up there and do it. And then I have to just say to myself, haters are gonna hate. But again, today is Valentine's Day. May you and your loved ones enjoy this day, and every single day should always be Valentine's Day. Always, not just February 14th, right? So enjoy yourself with your loved ones. Have a fantastic day and have a great weekend. Don't forget, next Monday is President's Day. And we will see you Saturday, downtown Inglewood, for our Martin Luther King celebration. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Falk, District 4.
Thank you, Mayor. I too want to quickly just reiterate what Councilman Padilla said, that there is a lot of ITC information out there. And I know that there are questions, like there was a question here today from one of our community members. So I encourage you to go to Envision Inglewood, the website, and there's a lot of information there. We just recently had an open house a few weeks ago where community members were invited to come out. So, and there will be additional events coming up. So if there are questions in the community regarding ITC, please come out and get the information so that you are accurate when you make comments here. Also, I wanted to let District 4 residents know there's some work being done on Pinckay. I will get more information, but I am hoping that it will be done within the next week or so. So there will be a little bit of inconvenience for our residents that travel Pinckay. We also have the directional sign. You see the picture there. That directional sign is now complete. And I actually saw the digital board working just a few days ago. So it's actually, I'll have to share another picture, and more recent picture, but it's up, it's complete, and it looks like it's ready to start working. So that will be helpful for residents and for visitors for the city of Inglewood. Lastly, again, I want to wish everyone a happy Black History Month. And I encourage everyone also in the spirit. There's my Black History Month sign. I also want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. And in the spirit of these holidays, I want to promote our small businesses. So today is Valentine's Day. You're going to go get that special someone, your partner. I don't know, flowers, candy, something special. Please remember our small businesses here in Inglewood and spend your money there. They would appreciate it. It keeps them in business, and it lets them know that we are partnering with them to make sure that they're successful. So I would say have a wonderful Valentine's Day today, but as you go out and spend your money, please remember our small businesses here, right here in the city of Inglewood. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Morales, District 3.
Thank you. First, just some brief comments. Would like to congratulate Marvin Engineering. They did a very nice event at SoFi. A lot of happy employees, but it was just a great moment to kind of celebrate the relationship that particular company has with the city of Inglewood. They might be the ones with the most well, not anymore with the stadium and everything else, but for a long time, they were the highest number employer. And the work they do there is worldwide recognized, which is amazing in itself, has been there for many years. They've had countless opportunities to move. They call Inglewood home, and they're just great people to work with. So wanted to point that out. The ITC outreach that has happened, I mean, if it's really up to the folks who decide whether they want to get their information from social media or they want to get their information from the folks that are doing the project. Countless opportunities. Most recent was that open house, and folks were walking around ready to answer any and all questions. The agenda here in terms of the financing, well explained, some long reports, it's in there. It's in there, and if you want to do some well-focused questions, you're probably better off emailing us or giving us the opportunity to show you where the answers are, because most of the staff reports really dictate where the money's coming from. And then finally, the gentleman who got up and basically said that we have three major issues. I have to tell you, you're right. Our school district is in receivership, but we also have some great schools. I want to point out our elementary school, great teachers, and great kids. It's tough to grow up with that in the shadow when you're going to schools and people are constantly telling you that they're failing you. I think we should do more in support of that. And, for someone to get up and point it out just because it's ridiculous. Information, if you want it, it's there. That's the best way I can say it. It's on, everything is on our website. Everything. If it isn't, you're welcome to email any one of us. And ultimately, recreation. I wanted to point out something that was even mentioned, Rogers Park, which I mentioned just recently at a conversation. It's amazing how the recreation has opened up. Services have come back to normal status that were not only pre-COVID, but pre-recession for us, which is amazing. We happen to have one of the original library systems in the state of California. Only cities like Santa Monica, Pasadena, Palos Verdes, those are the cities that have their own system. We happen to have never lost it. We never went out to vote to get the community tax to save it. Those are items that we don't shout out and say, but they mean something. And if you pay attention in Inglewood, we have a great city with great services that are slowly coming back, and I think we're almost at 100% back, right? So that being said, ask the right questions to the right people, you'll get the right answers. Other than that, that's it, Mayor. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Okay, happy Valentine's Day, and Monday is President's Day, I've been reminded, and so City Hall will be closed for services. I just had a couple things to say. Alex, so you knew that guy with the hat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing he complained about was that we weren't dressed like we're ready to do business. I want to tell him this shirt costs $109 from Nordstrom's. Okay.
That's one of my
Mine is
shirts.
cheap, but I'm ready.
Okay,
do business.
okay. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
It's stretch fit. I want you to know that. Secondly, what he said about investments in the park. So I got to go through this, okay? So we spent close to $2 million to redo the tennis courts at Edward Vincent Park a few years ago. We have subsidized a tennis training program for underprivileged families or low-income families at $35 a month. We have a pump track being built right across from those tennis courts. Dwight Howard and the Lakers redid a basketball court or two at that same park. The city received a grant and put some money with it and put up an artificial turf football field next to a soccer field for our children. We've redone the bathrooms. The Jackie Robinson Foundation redid the the baseball diamond at Rogers Park. HBO redid the basketball court. Have we redone the bathrooms yet, Eli?
Yeah, we did.
Redid the
$1 million
bathrooms
project.
at Darby Park.
And at Rogers.
Okay, Darby Park and Rogers. At Darby Park, let's see. Doggone, it's one of the, Nike redid the basketball courts. Field of Dreams redid the baseball diamond. We have 2 baseball diamonds at Vincent Park being redone through the Dodgers Field of Dreams program. So, I mean, anybody that would say that we are not spending money on children recreation, say, I didn't believe he really lived here, but you're vouching that he actually lives here.
I don't know if he lives in
The water
Inglewood, but he's
system
involved.
at Vincent Park is just, I think we just approved that. It's
Look,
getting redone.
we've done so much stuff. Sabrina has all the money. Everything she asks for, we do. So no, that's ridiculous. What he said was ridiculous. Then this thing about the ITC and the passion that the young lady had about residential properties being taken, nowhere in any literature, in any presentation, have we ever said there was any intent to eminent domain residential properties. Yes, there will be eminent domain of some businesses, but we have a business interruption fund and a relocation fund, and it's all funded out of this grant funding. So to make any insinuation that this council has not been down to business is absolutely absurd. But I'll wear a tie next week.
You look very
Maybe.
nice, Mayor.
So I want to tell everybody that you have a council that has not only prepared the city for the future, we're preparing the city for the future for councils that succeed us. And that doesn't happen very often in political work. People do things right now so that they can get votes right now. We're doing some things that people have to be brought along to understand the necessity. So it's not good enough just to bring 3 sports teams, the LA Philharmonic Youth Orchestra, the Girl Scouts, the NFL networks, YouTube, Showtime. It's not good enough just to do that. You have to prepare the infrastructure to support it on into the future. And so with that, we're adjourned. Happy Valentine's Day again.
Boom.